cold now. At least for me. はい。とても寒いです。元気ですか？皆さんのところはどうですか？ I hope you, in a warm, cozy room and then, yeah, enjoy learning Japanese. So I'd like to talk about Japanese letter secrets that all Japanese know, but most learners don't. Yeah. Wow. Yes, I know. Well, when you learn Japanese, many people, learn how to read and then how to write and then how to, yeah, mainly, yes, when you learn Hiragana, Katakana, and Kanji, you need to, learn how to read and then how to write. Yes. So, but there is one big problem actually. There is a big secret for Japanese writing things. And then, all Japanese people know, but most learners don't. So let me show you what exactly it is. Yeah. So first I show you the sample of letters, and then can you tell the difference? Are you ready? What is hiragana letter? Can you recognize how to pronounce this one and how to, if you can recognize the pronunciation of this letter, it means you can read this hiragana, but they look very different each other, yeah? So this one, you can see curvy line and then little flick and then curvy line here. This one, actually, it looks like long zigzag line, yeah? And then this one, a little bit straight line and then big flick and then here. All are hiragana ri. Okay, all are hiragana ri. But looks very different. Yeah, all are hiragana ri, but they look different. Why? Because these two are fonts for reading. So in Japanese magazines and then newspapers, books, we tend to use these fonts. Yes, because they are, decorative and then easy to read and then looks nicer. But when we learn how to write, this is the only font for handwriting. Yeah. Maybe you think, oh, well, but it's not the huge difference, but actually it is. The reason? Because we Japanese, when we enter primary school in Japan, elementary school in Japan, we learn how to write Japanese letters and characters using this font. So this font is very special. So this font is called Kyokashotai font. It means national textbook font. Yes. So all the Japanese language textbook to teach Japanese kids in elementary school or primary school in Japan are written in this font, not these ones. Yeah. And then when the Japanese children write like this way, teacher says, no, this is not correct. Okay, you have to write like this. Yeah. So if you write hiragana ri, like this long zigzag lines, all Japanese people recognize your handwriting is wrong. What? Yes, but we use this font in the books and then newspapers, magazines. Yes, so this font itself is okay for reading. It's nice for reading, actually, but it's not okay when you practice handwriting. Okay, when you practice how to write Japanese. Let me show you more examples. So maybe you've ever seen this hiragana. It is hiragana ki, but it looks very different. Yeah, especially this part. Yeah, these, hiragana letter ki is used in magazines and then Japanese text, print text, and then both web page, but they are for reading. So when you write, you need to separate this line and this line. Yeah, because this one is not proper ones. Okay. And then when you check kanji, yeah, some kanjis looks very different. This one, maybe you can recognize which part is very different. Yes, this part. Yeah. So we learn using this moving. Yeah. But these two fonts shows it looks as a separate. Yeah. Separated, two lines. But actually, when you write this kanji like this, okay, going down and then flick. Okay. So we have many variations for reading, but when you learn how to write and then memorize how to, the proper shape of Japanese letters and characters, please use this font. Yes. So there are many fonts for Japanese and they look very different. But when you learn how to write Hiragana, Katakana, and Kanji, use Kyokashotai font. This font is used in the national textbooks for Japanese children in Japanese schools to teach them how to write Japanese letters and characters, Hiragana, Katakana, Kanji. Okay, so that's why this is the standard shape of letters and characters to write Japanese language. Okay, and then if you don't use this one, if you write based on other fonts, the first reaction for Japanese people is, oh, it's wrong. Okay. And then I don't want you to spend all your hard work, energy and time and then maybe money to learn wrong shape. Okay, it's not good. So please use Kyokashotai font. How to know that? If the textbook or workbook you use the proper font, they definitely mention it. Okay, if your textbook or workbook didn't mention this one, this textbook is written in Kyokashotai font. Maybe the author or publisher didn't notice it, so just avoid them. Okay, basically, the basic tips is, the Japanese language textbook published in Japan is fine because it's Japanese standard. But be careful, if you use other, publishers published in other countries, check the, information part and then check whether they actually use Kyokashotai font or not. Well, all Japanese people can tell the difference. Okay, so please be careful. Yeah, I published several, books. Can you see? This is a Katakana workbook, and then Hiragana workbook. Yeah, and then Kanji. So all my textbooks, the workbooks use this Japanese, standard Kyokashotai font for proper handwriting. So if you are not sure, I recommend my ones. Okay, but you can use any workbooks or textbooks which is written in Kyokashotai font. Please check yours, and then if you find any, when you learn handwriting, I mean, when you read, reading can be, when you learn reading, it may be useful if you know the difference, if you read many, texts written in different fonts. But when you learn how to write properly, use textbook font, Kyokashotai font, the Japanese national textbook fonts. Okay, I hope it helps. Yes, if you find it helpful, please thumbs up, like, or heart mark button. It makes my day. Thank you so much for watching. And today I'm talking about the difference between fonts for reading and then the font for handwriting. Yes, there is the huge difference. And then, well, looks tiny for you maybe, but Japanese people know the difference, and then pitch, so they can tell you practice Japanese letters and characters properly or not. Yes, well, so that's because we all learn that way in the primary schools in Japan. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So that's the end of the slide. Yes. So I hope it helps. So when you practice reading, use variety of fonts. The read text which is written in many different fonts. But when you learn how to write Japanese Hiragana, Katakana, and Kanji, please use Kyokashotai font, which is the national standard, textbook font. Okay, so see you soon. I hope you enjoy this one. See you soon. またね